Coverage you can count on continues with Glenn Marini's Sports Report.
And welcome back to the Fort Wayne Country Club for the annual Purdue Coaches Caravan, where all Purdue fans are smiling this week, but nobody is smiling bigger or brighter than the man to my right, Purdue basketball coach Matt Painter. Matt, we appreciate the time. You land Biggie Swanigan. We're not beating around the bush. You're talking a top 10 national player. How does signing him, because he signed his letter of intent last night, what does that mean for the program, and then how does that change or alter what you guys are going to be doing on the court next season?
Well, obviously it's a big lift. He's a great player. He's a guy that gives us a dynamic with two 7-footers, with Haas and Hammonds playing the center and him being at the power forward, and with all the guys that we have returning, we think we're going to have a lineup that's going to cause a lot of mismatch problems. But his ability to pass and score the basketball and just play in a lot of different areas on the court, really gives us that look we haven't had for a long time.
When you take a look at what he's been able to do in his career, he says he's going to play the 4. He says he wants to win a national championship at Purdue. The expectations have been raised. How do you deal with those expectations, and what kind of piece of the puzzle is he for you?
Well, you always have to manage your expectations. You have to have a good summer. It's a process. You have to make improvements, in June and July and August, preparing yourself for the season. But, he's a great talent, but he's a very unselfish player. I think that's so important to remember, because when you're playing the game of basketball, if you got selfless guys that just want to win and just want to win championships, he can do so many things, not just scoring the ball and passing the ball, but rebounding the basketball, being a good teammate, doing a lot of little things that can help you win.
When you take a look at the Fort Wayne connection to Purdue, it's not just Biggie. You've got Raphael Davis. He was the Big Ten's Defensive Player of the Year. What does it mean now? Because he's going to be a senior next year, and he's a heart guy, a leader guy, a hustle guy. How important is his role for you guys next season going forward to be a leader for this ball club?
Well, it was very important, and he was kind of the backbone on the perimeter for us defensively. We did something rare. We were arguably the worst defensive team in non-conference last year. Then we ended up being the best team in the Big Ten in defensive field goal percentage, both from the three-point line and just regular defensive field goal percentage. And Ray and A.J. Hammonds, were the backbone of that, and he was great. He was a guy that been through some tough times. We got last place in the Big Ten his sophomore year, and he kept at it and kept at the fight and was a great leader for us. And so we expect him to have the best year of his career next year.
Briefly, what's the biggest focus for this Purdue team in the offseason?
Just getting better and coming together, having that chemistry. We got 4 new guys with Johnny Hill and Grant Weatherford and Ryan Klein to go along with Biggie. Just being together and practicing together and just having that chemistry.
All right, Purdue head basketball coach Matt Painter. Matt, we appreciate the time. Of course, we're going to hear from Daryl Hazel, the head football coach, tonight at 11 o'clock, but we are at a